chance of morbidity and mortality. So how can we decrease this morbidity and mortality by increasing our knowledge? How how can knowledge help us? Knowledge will help us. How can they get present, and how can we manage these patients? So this topic is very important. And then nowadays, because of the because of the dietary problem and because of some other problem, number of patients with the diabetes are going to be increased. So we have to be very focused on our problem that we can help the upcoming baby for the better quality of life. So in front of diabetic mother, objective. What are the objective of our presentation or our lecture? Discuss briefly the effect of maternal diabetes on the fetus. What is the effect of maternal diabetes on the fetus? We will discuss in our lectures. Morbidities according in front of diabetic mother. We will also discuss about the management. How can we manage this patient, or how can we help this patient? How can we prevent the complication of front of diabetic mother? And in the last, not least, we will discuss about the problems of infant of diabetic mother. So we will discuss about the effects, morbidities, management, how to prevent complication, and about the prognosis. This is a definition. Yeah, diabetes. What is diabetes? Diabetes is basically metabolic disorder in which there is a problem with the insulin. In that, there are two types of diabetes. One is type 1 and other is type 2. Type 1 is the type which is usually juvenile type. In juvenile type of diabetes, type 1, there is a lack of insulin production by the pancreas. In that type 2, usually adult type, in type 2 diabetes, there is a problem with the insulin working. There is a problem at the end organ. So, the type 1 and type 2, these are the two type of diabetes which we can say pre-gestation. That is, women have a diabetes before pregnancy. That other type of diabetes is gestational diabetes. This type of diabetes, in this case, patient or woman didn't have a diabetes before pregnancy, but she got problem in the glucose metabolism or glucose intolerance because of the hormone produced by the placenta, and usually women get diabetes after the 24 or 25 week of gestational age. So pre-gestational, before women have a diabetes before pregnancy, and gestational, women got diabetes during the pregnancy. So this terminology are using many of time in our lecture, so you should be aware. Pre-gestation, again repeated, before pregnancy, and gestational diabetes, women got it during pregnancy. This is an overview why this topic is very important. Diabetes type 1, type 2, or gestational diabetes in pregnancy increase the risk of complication and adverse outcome in the mother and the baby. So the main thing is not only baby are affected, the mother can also have a problem because of the diabetes during the pregnancy. Patient mother may have a chance of to go on in a decay and some other complication, and baby have also other problems we will discuss later on. Complications related to the diabetes are milder in gestational diabetes whereas pre-gestational diabetes. Why? Because I already told you gestational diabetes usually start after 24 to 25 week of gestational age, while pre-gestational diabetes is usually present from the first day of the pregnancy. In case of pre-gestation, chance of embryo, fetus, all may have some complication. While in the case of gestation, embryo, fetal, the genital malformation are less likely to be present. Pregnancy outcomes are correlated with the onset, duration, and severity of the maternal hypercalcemia. This point shows that what is the impact of hypercalcemia, and it's depend on the onset. When the patient got diabetes, if the patient woman got diabetes in the later half of the pregnancy, then there is a less chance of organ malformation and other things. While if the female got diabetes in the very early stage, there is a more chance of organ malformation and other things. Duration, how long patient have this diabetes? This is just like a pre-gestational or gestational. And severity. Severity, what is the level of how much the glucose is controlled, how much the level of the glucose in the blood. All these things have an impact on the mother and also on the baby. So pre-pregnancy planning, pre-plan, pre-pregnancy planning and tight glycemic control. HbA1c less than 6.5 is crucial in pre-gestational diabetes in order to achieve best outcome for the mother and the baby. Our target, what I already told you, the severity is also count. Good glycemic control have a good impact. What is our targeted HbA1c? HbA1c is a glycosylated hemoglobin, which shows us what is the level of control of glucose in our body. It gives us a reading up to the last 3 months. It shows what about the good control in the last 3 months. So our targeted HbA1c for the best outcome for the mother and the baby should be less than 6.5. If the HbA1c is more than 7 in the first trimester, there is a chance of diabetic embryopathy. In the case of diabetic embryopathy, there is a patient, the baby may have neural tube defect, baby have an increased chance of cardiac defect and caudal regression syndrome. And there is also a chance of abortion in case of uncontrolled or uncontrolled diabetes in the first trimester. So, our to good to get a good result, to get a best result, our targeted HbA1c should be less than 6.5. As we can see in our lecture, if the HbA1c is more than 7, there is a big chance of complication, just like diabetic encephalopathy and spontaneous abortions. The risk of congenital malformation in gestational diabetes is only slightly increased compared to the general population since the duration of diabetes is less. And hyperglycemia occurs later in gestation, typically more than 25 weeks. We already discussed this point previously. The overview that the duration of diabetes have an impact on the baby and mother. So, in case of gestational diabetes, which usually occur late in the pregnancy, more than after 25 weeks, there is a less chance of congenital malformation as compared to pre-gestational. Mother with gestational or pre-gestational diabetes have a high incidence of complications during the pregnancies. What type of complication mother may have? Polyhydramnios, preeclampsia, preterm labor, and hypertension. These are the complications which may mother got during because of the diabetes, which is uncontrolled or during the pregnancy. So, polyhydramnios, preeclampsia, preterm labor, and hypertension may occur in the mother with the diabetes. This is again fetal loss throughout the pregnancy is associated with the poorly controlled maternal diabetes. The neutral mortality rate of infant of diabetic mothers is 5 times that of infant of non-diabetic mother. So this is a very big number of mortality. And the purpose of this lecture is also to decrease how to decrease mortality by increasing our knowledge, by increasing the management of the infant of diabetic method. So in this way, we can improve our mortality rate of the newborns. What is the pathophysiology of the gestational diabetes mother? During pregnancy, insulin resistance increased due to production of placental hormone, estrogen and progesterone that antagonize the action of insulin. When patient become pregnant, their placental hormone, estrogen and progesterone produced, which antagonize the action of the insulin. In this way, when the insulin is not working inside the body, the glucose level become increased. When insulin release is inadequate, hyperglycemia occur. Gestation diabetes and an excess amount of glucose is transferred via the placenta to the embryo. Here was an important, very important point. Neither maternal or exogenous insulin crosses the placenta. Only that which can cross the placenta is the glucose. Insulin either from the mother side or from the any exogenous side cannot cause the placenta. So what happened when the blood with the high glucose move inside the baby, the islet side of the pancreas become hyperplasic and they start producing their own insulin. And insulin is a anabolic hormone which also have an effect on the size of the baby. What are the clinical manifestations of infant of diabetic mother? Infant of diabetic mother, in the 36 to 45% of cases, they are usually macrosomic or large for gestation age. What is large for gestation? When you put up on the percentage side, they are more than 90 centile on the weight. The risk when the patient is large for gestation, there is a risk of birth trauma, brachial plexus injury, and there is an increase of birth asphyxia. That is already told you 36 to 45% on infant of diabetes are large for gestational age. Okay. So when the baby is large, there is a what happened? There is a CPD, cephalopelvic disproportionate. When the large baby passes from the small passage, there is a chance of trauma. The patient may got brachial plexus injury. Potential cause also other injuries. The other thing, not only because the infant of diabetic may be low birth weight, they are maybe IUGR. Because you already, many of the people you know that in case of diabetes, women may have a problem with the vessels. And the patient, women have a problem with the vessels, patient, their blood supply to the fetus will decrease and the patient may have problem with the birth weight and patient may be measured in IUGR. So according to size, maybe macroscopic, maybe low birth weight or IUGR. Other presentation metabolic problem which can be infant of diabetic mother can be present with the metabolic problem. The metabolic problem will be hypoglycemia. Usually it's occur in 25 to 50% cases of pre-gestation diabetes, while 15 to 25% babies of gestational diabetic mother have a chance of hypoglycemia. The other problem along with hypoglycemia are hypocalcemia and hypomagnesemia due to delayed response of the parathyroid system. How in the initial first 2 to 3 hours of life, the patient who have a hypoglycemia may present with a jittiness, tremulous, hyperexcitability, hypotonia, lethargic, and poor sucking. And while in later hours, These complaints may be because of the hypocalcemia and hypomagnesemia. And overall, the infant of diabetic mother can be present with all these problems because maybe because of the hypocalcemia, and hypomagnesemia. But in early hours, it is usually because of the hypoglycemia. In uh, later hour usually because of the hypocalcemia and hypomagnesemia. But at any time, they can present with they can present with these complaints in case of hypocalcemia, and hypomagnesemia. But usually, we are talking about usually, but can be present at any time. Hypocalcemia, and hypomagnesemia, and presented by jittiness, tremulous, hyperexcitability, hypotonia, lethargy, and poor sucking. Other presentation in front of diabetic is tachypnea. What is tachypnea? Respiratory rate more than cut-off rate. Usually, respiratory rate up to the 60 is taken as a normal in the newborn, but in case of a mother, infant of diabetic mother, they have a chance of increased respiratory rate. What are the reasons behind the increased respiratory rate? Could it be hypoglycemia? Could it be hypothalamic polycythemia, cardiac failure, and transient tachypnea? And one of the important is respiratory distress syndrome. Why the patient of an infant of diabetic mother have increased chance of respiratory distress syndrome? Because antagonistic effect of the insulin on stimulation surfactant synthesis by the cortisol. Insulin produced by the infant by the infant itself, and fetus by itself antagonize the effect of the cortisol for the production of surfactants. So they have a big chance of a respiratory distress syndrome. This, this is also an important manifestation of clinical manifestation of infant diabetic mother. Problem in the size, macrosomic or low birth weight rate, problem metabolic problem, hypoglycemic, hypocalcemic, and hypomagnesemia, and tachypnea. They may have a chance of cardiac problem. 30% of the patient will of infant of diabetes have a chance of cardiomegaly. Out of this 30%, 5 to 10% are present with the heart failure. And there is also a chance of increase problem with the congenital heart disease, just like a VSD, ASD, and TGA. Cardiac problem is also common. As you can see, cardiomegaly can occur in 30% of the patient, while out of this 30% patient, 5 to 10% patient present with the failure, while other problems like VSD, ASD, and TGA, pancreatitis, all are common in the case of infant of diabetic mother. And their presentation depend upon their what type of the lesion of a patient have. If the patient will have large VSD, they can present with the failure. While patient have a TGA, if a patient have a TGA, they will usually present with the cyanosis. So presentation about manifestation depend upon the what type of the patient lesion have a patient have. Other problem with the infant of diabetes may have is hyperbilirubinemia. They have increased indirect bilirubin in their body. There are also a chance of polycythemia, and there is an increased chance of renal thrombus in case of a infant of diabetic mother. So now, after seeing the clinical manifestation, what workup we need to evaluate the patient to evaluate the infant of diabetic mother? Glucose consultation, complete blood count, and we already we already discussed about polycythemia. They have an increased chance of polycythemia, and glucose concentration. We already know that there is a chance of a hypoglycemia. Calcium concentration, magnesium concentration, there is a bilirubin level, ABGs, and imaging, X-ray, and echo. All these investigation will help us in finding out what type of problem patient may have or patient treatment. Treatment usually two type, preventive and the acute emergency treatment. Treatment of an infant of diabetic mother is usually started from the very beginning, from the infant of a childbearing age, so a woman of a childbearing age, and when the women are going to be prepared for the pregnancy, the treatment should be started. Just like we can say preconception treatment, and when the in the preconception phase, we usually advise a good dietary control, with good glucose control by means of diet and medication. And when the woman becomes pregnant, we're pregnant, we have to advise frequent visit to the hospital or to the gynecologist, to the obstetrician, who go for the workup, who go for the evaluation at the different stages. What type of evaluation she need during the pregnancy are look for the fetal maturity. They have to go for the biophysical profile. They have to go for the Doppler velocimetry, and the important thing when the planning of the delivery, where to deliver a baby. Baby should be delivered in a hospital setup where all the level of cares will be present. Expert obstetrics and pediatrician should be there, and all the facilities which are present in a nursery and NSU setup will be present there. So preventive treatment started from the very beginning, like the preconception age, and during delivery, the woman got frequent visit for the evaluation of the fetal fetus inside the mother, and for the delivery, they should have to plan the delivery in a very good setup where all the facilities should be present. Treatment of a gestational diabetes, that when the women have a diabetes during the pregnancy, the doctor should advise advise about how to control the sugar or how to control the diabetes. They should advise do the diet. They should do the dietary counseling. They should advise the mother about glucose monitoring, and they prescribe the medication like metformin and insulin. In this way, the woman got the good diabetic control, and when the patient have a good diabetic control, decrease the rate of serious perinatal outcome like death and shoulder dystocia. The diet, glucose monitoring, and medication, metformin, insulin therapy have are used to are used for good control of sugar, and by that you can decrease the rate of serious perinatal complications like death and shoulder dystocia. Women with diabetes, yes, we already know the infant of diabetic have a chance of hypoglycemia. And when you after delivery, sometimes mother will become exhausting. So they are not in a position to breastfeed their baby in very early time. So how can they solve this problem? They can express their breast milk from 36 week of gestation age, and they preserve it, and after just delivery they can use this milk for the baby to prevent hypoglycemia. Regardless of the size, macrosomia or IUGR, infant of diabetic mother should be initially receive close observation and care. Infant should initiate feeding within 1 hour of after feed. This is a general rule. Not only in case of diabetic mother, in case of all the baby who born, the feeding should be started within 1 hour. But in case of diabetic, we should more focus for that. Screening glucose test should be performed within 30 minutes of first feed. In case of infant of diabetes, first screening glucose test should be performed within 30 minutes of first feed. Transient hypoglycemia is common during the first 1 to 3 hours after birth and may be part of normal adaptation of extraterrestrial life. In first 1 to 3 hours of life, patient may have transient hypoglycemia, which is a part of normal adaptation process. In the infant of development, the target plasma glucose concentration is more than 40 milligram per deciliter before feed in the first 48 hours of life. When you are checking glucose, what is our the glucose should be more than 40 milligram per deciliter before feed, and the feeding frequency should be after every 2.5 hours. The infant of a diabetic should be feed. When you are checking for the glucose before feed, the glucose should be more than 40 milligram per deciliter before feed in the first 48-hour life. If the treatment is less than if the treatment is needed if the plasma glucose is less than 40 milligram per deciliter. What we already told you our targeted glucose before feed each time is 40 milligram, more than 40 milligram per deciliter. But in case of patient or in case of unit with glucose less than 40 milligram per deciliter and clinical symptom of hypoglycemia present, treatment is needed. In case if the patient is asymptomatic, if the newborn is asymptomatic and glucose is less than 30 milligram per deciliter, treatment is also advised. Patient is also treatment is also indicated. Less than 40 milligram per deciliter and symptomatic, while in case less than 30 milligram per deciliter and if asymptomatic needs treatment. How can we treat? Start early feeding is also a part of management. How can we give a feed to the baby? We can, if the sucking is good, activity level of good, there is no other problem. We can give a oral feed to the baby. If the baby sucking is not good, or baby have some other problem, we can also give a gavage or tube feeding to the baby. By oral, by gavage feeding, we can give a breast milk or we can also give a formula milk. So we can give a milk by oral or gavage feeding. Milk maybe either breast milk or formula. Recurrent hypoglycemia can be treated with repeat feeding or IV glucose as needed. In case many of them friends have a recurrent hypoglycemia, so how can they treat it? They can treat it by a repeat feeding. We have to continue feeding, but in case we are not able to control glucose, we have to give also IV glucose. Infant with a persistent unresponsive to oral therapy, glucose level less than 25 milligram per deciliter during the first hour after birth and less than 35 milligram per deciliter at 4 to 24 hours after birth should be treated with IV glucose. Less than 25 milligram per deciliter during the first 4 hours or less than 35 milligram per deciliter at 4 to 24 hours after birth should be treated with IV glucose, especially if symptomatic. A small boluses of 200 milligram per kg of dextrose, 2 ml per kg of 10% dextrose should be administered to infant with a plasma glucose below this limit. What you have to do? You have to give 2 ml per kg of 10% dextrose in case of a glucose less than 25 milligram per deciliter in the first 4 hours and after 4 to 24 hours, if the glucose level is less than 35 milligram per deciliter. Small boluses should be followed by continuous IV glucose infusion to avoid hypoglycemia. In case of a person, a small bolus should be followed by a persistent continuous IV infusion. If the patient present with the neurological problems, like they may be present with jitterness, may be present with the fits, I usually treated with the must be treated with the IV glucose. Here, what is important point? Bolus injection of hypertonic 25% glucose should be avoided because they may cause further hyperinsulinemia and potentially produce rebound hypoglycemia. So, in case of a infant of diabetic mother, usually avoid to give hypertonic saline, which may cause rebound, which may cause hypersemia, or which finally cause rebound hypoglycemia. So, while for the treatment of the other problem, just like a hypocalcemia, hypoglycemia, hypomagnesemia. In the case of hypocalcemia, you have to give the IV calcium, and while in case of hypoglycemia, you also have to give a IV magnesium. While problem with the cardiac problem, if the patient problem present with the cardiac failure, you have to advise, you have to give the anti-failure treatment. And if the patient present with the cyanotic heart disease or some, then you have to deal with the problem in case as a cardiological. You have to take board on the cardiologist, peds cardiologist on board, and they will help the baby in the management. While in case of tachypnea, you have to deal with the problem. What is the cause of tachypnea? While in case of RDS, you have to give the oxygen to the patient. You have oxygen can be given by the nasal prong, by a pressure mask, or by a CPAP, continuous positive airway pressure. You can by bubble CPAP, you can give oxygen to the baby, and you can put the patient on the ventilator if the lung conditions are not good. So finally, is a prognosis. Mortality and morbidity improve because of improvement care. Nowadays, the mortality and morbidity of the infant and diabetes are very decreased in very high level. This because of the quality of care providing to the infant of diabetic mother, as we already discussed many of the things, and these things are in practice, and because of this practice, that the morbidity and mortality are decreases. Initially, but still they have in the long term, infant of diabetic mother have a chance of diabetes and obesity in a later life. These are the important things, and we already know the infant of diabetes that has a five-fold increased chance of mortality as compared to non-diabetic mother. Any question? Any question? Bashir, can you hear me? Bashir? Bashir, can you hear me? Bashir? 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 Bashir, can you hear me? Why pre-gestational diabetes have a more impact as compared to gestational? Because we already discussed many of the time in our presentation. In the pre-gestational diabetes, the uncontrolled diabetes from the very beginning, from the first day of the pregnancy. And in the gestational diabetes, usually started after 25 weeks. So the pre-gestational diabetes, the infant is at risk from the very first day. So there is a more chance of complication in case of a pre-gestation as compared to gestational, because we discussed that the one of the one of the thing which have an effect on the complication has duration. So in the application, the duration of exposure is long as compared to the gestation, which is small. Why is there a polycythemia in the infant diabetic? Because usually because of the infant of diabetic mother have a chance of hypoxia because of the we already discussed they have a chance of RDS in case of a RDS patient have a hypoxia and then for that composition there is increased production of RBCs and they have an increased chance of polycythemia. As you know that in the upper hill side where many of the people live and they have an increased number of RBC in the count. Same in the infant of diabetes, they have a hypoxia because of the respiratory distress syndrome, and they have an increased production of RBCs. Any other question? That's all. If anybody of you would like to ask any question, otherwise we are going to finish the meeting. Bashir?
जी सर,
बस
सर एंड कर दें सर क्लास?
एंड कर दें क्लास।
जी, क्वेश्चन तो स्टूडेंट नहीं पूछ रहे हैं।
हाँ वो पूछ लिए ना उनको जवाब
जी 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 2 पूछ लें। ठीक है सर, क्लास एंड कर दूं?
हाँ क्लास एंड कर दो। थैंक यू बशीर एंड थैंक यू फॉर